recording, off we go. Welcome to MK40 News. It's Thursday the 13th of May, and if you've not watched the news before, we are bringing in the very best news from Milton Keynes beating coronavirus, and this is a daily news summary we do Monday to Friday, where we try and catch up with the most important stories with guest reviewers. Our reviewer of the day is Melanie Muir. I'm just going to bring her onto screen. You see a little picture over there. She's very shy, so she's hiding behind a picture, but she is there, I assure you. Hi, Melanie. How are you?
Hi, John. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? And good evening, listeners and people of Milton Keynes.
Good. So what is catching your eye? Where do we go first?
Right. Okay. So Network Rail. You know, for people in Milton Keynes that had lost their jobs through the coronavirus, either through redundancy or businesses closing, Network Rail are looking for a diverse amount of people, pilots, architects, all sorts. Have a look at the website. That is on there on the page. 7 jobs you didn't know existed on the railway. Take a look and see if there's anything there that takes your fancy.
Wow, that's good. We need jobs. Definitely worth putting up and going down.
Susan St. Moore has reiterated about hand washing soap and water.
Right.
You know, is it an old wives' tale or a powerful yet simple scientific solution? Well, they told us from the beginning of lockdown, even beforehand, you know, wash your hands. We were taught how to wash our hands properly, sing happy birthday twice, and you know you'll be clean. And this is ongoing. You know, when you've been shopping, as soon as you get home, wash your hands, disinfect them, and do the same with your children. You know, just get them into the habit of doing this all the time.
Yeah, I remember when I was at school, we used to have some horrible soap. This was back in, feels like the Victorian period, but it was called carbolic soap. And we were always hand washing, and that was in an era of mumps and measles and all of the things that we now have less of. But I think these are old lessons coming back to the fore.
Yeah, exactly. Then today's stats. There's the number of coronavirus cases in Milton Keynes has hit 500 today. But the good news is that no deaths have been announced. So we are doing something properly. My fear is after the lovely bank holiday weekend we had and people misbehaving, and then obviously with the new regulations that have come into force as of yesterday, are we going to peak again in about 2 weeks' time? You know, people just listen to what the government are saying and, you know, do as they say. Let's not go to where we were before. We want these numbers to come right down.
Yeah, absolutely. It is good news because there was just a little bit of a step backwards over the last couple of days, but that is good news. So, yeah, next one.
Okay, so then a lady called Linda Davis is making face masks for local residents. And as you know, we're all going to have to wear face masks once we get onto public transport and things like that. So she's appealing for cotton fabric. These face masks have to be made out of cotton fabric. So if anybody has anything lying about, could you please get in touch with Linda? And even if you're interested in purchasing any of them, you know, get in touch with Linda and I'm sure she will help you out.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, and further on?
Okay, then stats came out today about A&E attendance in England. It's hit a record low during the COVID-19 lockdown. Again, the big question is, were we, and we probably were, abusing the A&E system long before we came into lockdown? You know, And now we've learned our lesson. There's no need to go to A&E if you've got a sniffle. Go to the walk-in centre or your GP or a chemist. Let's not bombard them once we're open again. Let's let A&E do the jobs that they're supposed to do without worrying about, a little sniffle or whatever. So that's good news that the A&E attendance has come down. But it doesn't mean that if you've got something seriously wrong with you, like a stroke or or cancer or whatever, you still need to attend the hospital. That's what they're there for. So
yeah, I think this is the thing that Susan St. Maur, who's on yesterday, we do repeat, is that the services are getting back to normal, and anything that is proper and serious that you can get advice from 111, or you just worried about a lump, just make sure you make full use of the NHS. But I think there's been a positive in this, in that there's a lot of work done by GPs now that has been successfully done using Zoom and video calls. So that will take, I think, the way that services are delivered to a new level that we've been talking about, but we haven't actually been able to enable. And now we know it's possible to get that early diagnosis done quickly and easily. But yeah, that was good. So
exactly.
Next one. All
right. So just a quick one. Susan St. Maur also put this up. The BBC News, coronavirus news from the BBC. Look on that website if you're looking for anything. If you have any questions, Susan says, it's well worth looking at if you have any questions. Take a look at that. The next one is the Henry Allen Trust.
Right.
Desperate. I think everybody in MK knows all about Henry Allen and the circumstances behind his death. And he made his parents take a pinky promise with him, when he was dying, that they would help other children in the same situation. And they've done a wonderful job so far, but because of lockdown and things like that, the charity is losing money. So, there is a page there. They're calling on the community to help keep Henry's last wish alive, and they are looking for donations. So if you can do that, that will be great. They do a wonderful thing with, people in the hospital. I've worked with Henry Allen Trust before, and they collect care packages and things like that, because sometimes you get told your child has cancer and you have nothing with you whatsoever. They've got to go into hospital and you have nothing whatsoever. And, you also need to keep yourself sterilized in these situations. Please help them.
Yeah, and I also just want to say that this is another good article. MKFM, I've been shouting their praises since we started, are one of the best news sites in terms of these types of stories, and we often get those stories. But we'd also like the charities that are involved to work with us, and we'll try our best to use the new scheme that we have to credit back if we get any commercial work from a partner to that charity. We'll give 20% cash back to try and fundraise through media production. So there are details of that which we published on Facebook yesterday. There's a video which I did explaining that scheme. And I also want to just mention that we're doing some partnership work at the moment with MKFM. We're in early stage discussions, but we plan to run that scheme through advertising, which I will personally be paying for, to try to get as many businesses galvanised and supporting charities like the Henry Allen Trust as we put our own bounce back packages together with the sort of packages that MKFM are doing, and which we publicised yesterday. They have a remarkable package at the moment, which is £10 a day. So to actually get onto MKFM, which I think their website had something like 500,000 hits last month. That's incredible advertising power on offer, and I think it's on offer until Monday. Anyway, back to the news, Melanie. Tell us where you'd like to take us next.
Okay, so just a quick one. It looks like dentists are going to start reopening. So if you've got any dental issues and are desperately in need of a dentist, you know, take a look at your local one and see when they will be opening.
Yeah.
And then the big thing is the game changer. The antibody test is said to be 100% accurate. And this will tell if you have been, I think if you've been in contact with anybody that's had COVID-19, or if you've had it yourself. Yes, it's if you've had it yourself, if you've had COVID-19 yourself, and this test will tell you if you've managed to get antibodies, which will stop you getting it again. So that is fantastic. I'm not 100% sure when this will be made available to everybody. This is really good news that it's going to be 100% accurate.
Yeah, I'm just reading it now. It's saying it's a Swiss pharmaceutical giant, Roche, has already started to begin delivering hundreds of thousands of finger prick tests a week. They're going to be using it via Public Health England. It's been passed by Porton Down Labs last week. Just trying to see when it will actually go live. Yeah, essentially I can't see exactly when, but we'll try and publish some news on that. But I think they're using it to try and prevent a second wave by really getting randomized testing working as fast as possible. Anyway, just moving on.
And then the last one is a couple of hours ago, I had put on something about WH Smith. You know, the outlook is bleak for our retailers. The good news is WH Smith are reporting that people are actually reading. So families are sticking together and they are reading. And for my day job, this is fantastic news. But yeah, so, you know, people carry on reading. Kids, I think, have lost the ability to read properly. So this is really, really good news that this is happening. People are reading books. Whether it be an ebook or a physical book, it makes no difference whatsoever. But yeah, carry on that good work.
Brilliant. Well, I think we've covered some pretty good stories. As always, it's a total pleasure. You've saved my neck because I've had such a busy day. I myself haven't had a chance to catch up with everything that's going on, so it's been useful for me as well. So Melanie, are you doing anything special this evening to try and make use of, well, we've got blue skies. It's a bit cold, but blue skies at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is. I am freezing. I was having a chat with my kids earlier and I said, I am really, really cold. And they were going, no, it's really lovely outside. I'm freezing. I was thinking about putting the heating on. So no, nothing special.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll say goodbye now. Make sure that you send us any news that you want. If you want to do a video of your own, if you're a business, we'll do it for free as part of our bounce back package. As long as it's something to care, share and protect Milton Keynes. We did a brilliant video with Hayley de Bruin, which went down very well. She's got a solution to actually help decontaminate rooms and vehicles in public areas. So there's lots of businesses in Milton Keynes that are pivoting and coming up with new inventions, and we'll make sure we give a 20% gift back to the charity that they want to support, as well as give them some free promotion on our Facebook group and in videos. So from me and Melanie, we're all going to say goodbye.
Good night, everybody. Have a lovely evening.
Bye for now.